So yeah, man, I'm very open-minded to learning new things and doing things a better way. Kind of every day you're making little micro decisions like that, like, is there a better way to do this? Is there a better way to do that? What am I missing? What could I do better?
That's a question you ask a lot. Like I've heard him say that a ton of times. Like, what can I do better? Like to me, or like anytime we do anything, after it, he asks me, man, what could I have done better? Like that's something I've always noticed about Derek.
Yeah, that's not a recent thing.
Yeah, no, the whole time I've known him, he's been saying that a lot.
Prosperity is a lifestyle choice.
It's a choice.
Bumbling around by yourself in the dark, also a lifestyle choice. Choose wisely. Choose prosperity. Choose to win. Choose to conquer in the new year.
Or don't. Somebody got to flip the burgers, man. Someone got to watch the cars, all right? And that's cool. Like, you'll still be useful in that regard, but it might not be the ideal outcome you want. If you want to make your next year your best year, this is your last opportunity. Click that link now. Let's go.
If you're not going to wash the wheels on my Maybach, click that link. Do yourself a favor. We'll see you inside.
But yeah, I mean, I'm always it's the same as you, and you and I know each other a long time as well. Same as you, as I'm always very open-minded to learn a better way to do something. I don't need to do shit my way. If he's got a better way to do something, we'll do it his way. If I had a 15-year-old intern or some shit, like a teenage intern, that I might be a lot smarter than that person in most areas. But if they know something I don't know, like, all right, shit, let's do it that way, kid. Makes sense. Let's do it that way. So yeah, man, I'm very open-minded to learning new things and doing things a better way. How do we know it's time to abandon something and do something better? It's like, I mean, kind of every day you're making little micro decisions like that. Like, is there a better way to do this? Is there wherever your focus is that day? Is like, is there a better way to do this? Is there a better way to do that? What am I missing? What could I do better? Jake will say, oh, you're doing really good. And I said, well, really good sounds like shit to me. What can I do better? It's not, I'm nitpicking a semantical issue. What he means to say is you're doing about the best you could possibly do. But I'm just kind of challenging him a little bit of like, if you see even a little detail that we could do better, please share that. I'd be happy to do that too, So that's just, us being guys and having a little guy talk, But what the real message being conveyed is like, I appreciate the lessons you give me, appreciate the knowledge and, experience you shared with me. But please feel comfortable knowing that it would never hurt my feelings to show me to do it even better. And I'd really appreciate if you see a little nuance to take the time to illustrate that to me so I could have the best possible version instead of the really, really good version,
That's a question you ask a lot. Like I've heard him say that a ton of times. Like, what can I do better? Like to me, or like anytime we do anything, after it, he asks me, man, what could I have done better? Like that's something I've always noticed about Derek.
Yeah, that's not a recent thing.
Yeah, no, the whole time I've known him, he's been saying that a lot.
So, I think that as a macro philosophy of like whatever it is you're working on today, whatever that might be, I'm always happy to learn something from somebody, and it never hurts my feelings to do something better. It never hurt my feelings. Nobody would ever hear me say like, that's the way we've always done it here, and we're going to keep doing it. So, I've only had sex with women, and I'm going to keep only having sex with women. And even in that context, I say, maybe I'm missing out, But
what can I have done better?
Yeah. Maybe I'm missing out on some opportunity with, a fucking an aardvark or, I don't even want to say the rest, but maybe. No, those are the only type of things that I'm going to keep that appeal to tradition to be like, you know what? Hot women, I've been enjoying that for my life so far. I think I'm just going to continue on that path. Like, no reason to switch that up. But anything of the goal-oriented, be so happy. I pay a lot of money and spend a lot of time to learn more things about business and more things about fighting or some fitness things now, or just how to be a better thinker. I spend a lot of time and money to try to do better at those things. So I try to be very attentive and open-minded. And if there's nothing in my mind that's sacred that I wouldn't throw out the current model if it became clear to me there was a better model. And I wouldn't care if who I learned that from. I wouldn't care if it was, a man or a woman or what language they speak or what God they believe in, or I couldn't care less. That I'd be happy to take a valuable lesson wherever it came from, and pretty open-minded that way.
There's a difference between quitting and modifying your approach, right? You can change strategy, but that doesn't mean you quit pursuing the goal. You get what I'm saying? It's like I'm sure they had a backup plan if D-Day didn't work, right? But it wasn't like they were just gonna give up. Oh man, I guess we'll just live with the Nazis, man. Figure it out, It's like I don't think that was the case. You think about the.
He's from Germany.
Oh. I'm sorry for bringing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You didn't need to speak about your big family roots right now.
Well, you know what? Speaking, y'all should quit, man. When you lose 2 world wars, it's like I'm glad y'all decided. So that's one thing you might want to quit. Quit starting world wars. And you guys learned that. You failed twice. You're thinking about starting another world war. Nah, but modifying your approach is totally fine, as long as you don't give up on the goal. But I'm willing to abandon an approach in favor of another approach. If the data shows me that's appropriate. I like to make those decisions based off like data. So for example, there was a few years ago I had like a few different businesses, and I just noticed, this one is just it has the chance to be more lucrative than the other two, significantly more. And I thought, okay, if I put all the time I'm putting these two into the one, then it stands to reason I'll make significantly more money. And that's the decision I made, and it turned out that way. So it was like a data-driven approach. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes the math would just tell you the way. But there's other times where the math won't tell you the way, right? Like the way both Derek and Claudia was talking about. I used to do a lot of like fitness. You guys know what a muscle up is? Yeah. It's like a pull-up. You do a pull-up, then you go over the bar, then you do a dip. And I used to do that all the time. That was something that was like, I thought it was impressive and it was something cool. But as I built more muscle, as I got heavier, like that was easy at like 180. But when I get to, 200, like I could do it, but my bicep would get, I don't know, I feel like a strain. If I keep doing this, it's kind of only a matter of time before I tear my bicep. So there's a reason gymnasts stay so lean, right? So it's like, okay, where am I going to get the most results? Being bigger and stronger, right? Or staying leaner so I can still do these acrobatics, right? Because you don't see a lot of guys over 200 pounds doing that, and there's a reason, because like these tendons aren't really built to maneuver like that, So the goal wasn't to do muscle ups. The goal was to be as impressive as possible. And I just modified my approach to get there. Does that make sense?
Yo, I'm here with my boy Jake Shields, MMA champion, UFC legend, and my boy Derek Moneyberg. Now listen, Derek has helped me make a tremendous amount of money over the years with his business knowledge and his investment knowledge, but I know he's helped you too, Jake, right?
Oh, it helped me a lot. I don't come from money and athletes. So whenever I have a business question, in real estate, I'll hit him up. A stock market for sure. Any stock advice I love. That's the easiest way to make money. And also, entrepreneurship. He knows pretty much any question I have, Derek always has an answer. So he's been wonderful for me.
Yeah. All my big financial purchases and investment, I run those through Derek before I make a decision, because I know he's got the experience and the knowledge to guide me down the right path, man. We want to help you too.
I think of those 3 topics as like the trinity of wealth. If you understand entrepreneurship, then you're going to make enough money in entrepreneurship that you're not going to be able to afford to have a job anymore. You're not going to have time to show up to your job if you're making enough money in your business. And if you take that money from your entrepreneurial endeavors, you learn to invest it in real estate or the stock market, or the 2 primary investment vehicles that all wealthy people have created even more wealth with. If you learn those 3 things, entrepreneurship, stock market, real estate. It's, again, the trinity of wealth. You're gonna have, it's like the Holy Spirit of money is inside you. You're gonna have the Holy Spirit in your bank account and your brokerage accounts as well. So no, all jokes aside, if you want to learn more about those three topics, about entrepreneurship, about finance and stock market, about real estate, and real estate, over 90% of people that have $1 million net worth made at least some of that money in real estate.
That's a fact.
If you're not making money in real estate, like, you're probably not making serious money. So if you want to learn more about entrepreneurship, being less reliant on a job, less reliant on a boss, more capable to make your own decisions, do more what you want in life, you're going to want to click that link and join us for free training.
Yeah, click the link now. Don't miss out.